What you are looking at here is a news broadcast from over 10 years ago. And it says Coffin Cover Up. It's about this guy that was running a legal boarding house. And he was trying to collect the rent, and the boarder didn't have the rent. So I guess they were fighting there for a while. He grabbed a baseball bat and he killed him. So what he did was he built a makeshift coffin, a plywood and stuff. He puts the body in. What was that supposed to do? Justify it? But cause this guy was unstable. I knew him. I knew his father, and I knew him for a long while. He used to come in the business that I had there in the neighborhood. I mean, this guy, it wasn't on, put it this way, it wasn't on the national news. It was on the local news. And I mentioned it now. I thought about it, and I know nothing come of it. I guess it was a cut and dry case. Because as soon as they caught him, there was nothing to investigate. The body was there. He admitted it. He didn't try to. He had no remorse. So, but I know his mental state. He wasn't. He was 27 years old. He looked like a kid. His father gave him the house because he figured at that age maybe that'll give him some responsibility by having a business. So for a while it was all right in the beginning. But then when this happened over whatever amount of money was, he ends up killing the guy because he didn't get the money. If you figure it out, if you killed the guy, you're definitely not going to get the money. So but I can say that because the thinking was not rational thinking. So he ended up in the psychiatry ward of a prison, I guess. Who knows? Observation. But maybe he shouldn't have been out. He maybe should have been in the hospital for his condition. His father didn't, because I talked to his father. His father said that's the way David is because he got cornered and he defended himself. I think if he would have he wouldn't have done it because his mental state, he thought that by building that coffin, that was going to justify what he did. It didn't. So, a lot of people commit these crimes. It's people are killed all the time and they try to cover it up and they bury bodies in the backyard and they take the bones and throw it in different parts of town and all that and throw it in the river. But this is definitely something unusual to build a coffin, because I noticed that it wasn't in the news too long. I guess because once this came out, all the coverage, all the news stations had it on all the on all the broadcasts. But after that, it was the end, the end of it. I bought it now only because I thought somebody might be interested that didn't see the newscast then, because this was something. Plus, it was in Philadelphia, so I'm sure that this was not national. It wasn't on the national news, so it's just that it's an unusual story. It is a true story. I wonder sometimes a story like this could be made into a movie. How his life and all the things he did, and how he grew up, and what caused this, and plus, there was an illegal boarding house. Because the L&I is going to investigate, but after what happened, that's not going to do nothing. They ended up fixing up the house and selling it to somebody. So that was the end of that, and as far as I know, if it's over 10 years, I don't know what happened to this guy. But I know I used to be with him all the time. He was off by the things he talked and his ideas and all. Who knows, if I would have got him upset, he could have hit me with a baseball bat. So that's the way things happen. So I thought this might be of some interest. I'm going to start it up. Then as soon as it finishes, I'll end it. Okay, so here it goes.
Police say was running an illegal boarding house has been charged with murdering a tenant and stuffing the body into a homemade coffin. Police found the body of 55-year-old Robin Woodson last night inside a large box in a home on Krosky Street in Fairmount. Police say the home's owner, 27-year-old Miguel Davila, killed Woodson Saturday night after fighting over missing payments.
Mr. Davila pulled out a bat, beat him to death, then took the time to walk around the house, find several different wooden doors and plywood, put together a coffin that would be big enough for the decedent.
Police found Woodson's body after a tip call. Davila has been charged with murder. He is now behind bars.